What's going on, guys? We're back with another replay analysis. This one of Apollo. I believe he's Diamond. He says he wants to get the champ before the rewards at the end of the season, so I'm assuming that means he's in Diamond. He didn't actually say here, but I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, he was Diamond. But anyway, he got his replay analyzed by going to patreon.com/Gibbs000. I know, it's a confusing name, but that's what it is. Too bad. And you can get replays on there, free play, coaching tiers, tournaments every single month. Lots of fun. Come hang out. Anyway, let's get to the replay. We'll start over. Alright, he's playing with his friends. 3v3. First off, that's a pretty good face-off. Good opportunity for Apollo. He goes a little bit late. Like, he's a little nervous, I think, about Gray Fox obviously going for this hit, which is completely understandable. That's why he gets delayed just a bit, but that's alright. It's not a huge deal if he doesn't get that hit. His other teammate, though, did also come up, so that's the major problem here, is you can't have two guys coming up. Like, Google didn't even jump, he just decided to drive up, and that's when you can get in trouble. When you have a face-off like this, you gotta send one, but, like, you should know, like, hey, this is probably my teammate's ball. As soon as you know that, just bail out and go back to net in case the aerial goes wrong. Right there, Hobby got the easy win, but he didn't shoot it on net, so they're okay. See what he can do with this. He couldn't do too much with this. There wasn't a lot of room available. He kind of just had to split these two. He actually almost gets dunked on because he does turn this upfield a little bit more than I thought he would. But Rogue's got a chance for a deflection / pass. Goes for the pass. And this aerial, he kind of just fights off. He's got to be careful with these. He has time here. It's hard to tell exactly how much time he has, so I understand what he's doing. But he's got plenty of time. Like, if he just went off audio, like, it kind of seemed like there was no one really around him. You see how there's really no one here at all. So he could have waited for this ball to bounce and then go for the shot. Or, like, at least have the ball come out a little further and then take the shot instead. So he's got to be a little bit careful on those. Just trying to figure out when he has time to use and use it effectively. Instead, he rushes that, just kind of throws it to the corner, doesn't really do too much. But they keep up the pressure. We got two people cycling out, everyone missing there. Again, right there was a double commit. Both these guys going for the same exact ball. And honestly, I think this is Road Killer's fault. I keep hitting the wrong button. My apologies. Go over to Road Killer and watch this play. When he turns, he sees Apollo at this point. He does jump, but he continues to go for it. That's the thing. Like, it's okay if you jump because you don't see him right away. But he continued to go for this play. He's got to be careful with that. Like, I probably would have backflipped out of that or just done the one jump and maybe even boosted down to the ground. Instead, he also went, so another double commit. They got to be very, very careful with those because that will make you pay eventually. The blue team will score. But it doesn't happen there, and now they're pushing up. Seems like everyone's a little antsy on this team. But a decent play here from Apollo. He's kind of setting up for, like, alright, like, if they clear over here, then I'm set to go. Road Killer is watching that other wall in case the goalie comes out and hits this ball. So they basically all bases covered. Just a little bit of a weak shot here. Could have got a little bit more on this. Honestly, he should have just went directly at it. Put as much power he could into it. Like, he tries to, but it doesn't really work. Good pass from Road Killer. Was that in? That's the thing. I don't think it was in, but yeah, that's wide. He's trying to make up for this. One thing he should have done here, if we slow it down, we'll go to 50%. Now we'll go to 10%. At this point, he could have boosted, so Gray Fox misses it. What he should have done right now, as soon as he knows, oh, it's my ball to hit, he should have boosted past this ball just slightly and tried to deflect it forward. Like, tried to spin around the ball and get, like, a small little side flip. Road Killer probably could have scored, or it might have just rolled in, because this is every single man coming in. It probably wouldn't have been in, actually, because there is a goalie. I'm sorry. Jokovin coming out. So, either way, it's a really good pass to Rogue. He might have had a chance at that deflection, but it wasn't that big of a deal. Then we'll go back and see if Rogue can finish it off. Cannot finish it off. And now they're a little bit out of position at this point. One thing that you could do here is see how there's two people in the same exact spot. Apollo might have been able to hook around and try and go for the give and go pass and go back onto the right side of the net and tried for a play there. Since Google Tasty's still in a good spot as that third man, he could have possibly, like, instead of doing a flip out of here, so we'll see this play again. He hits that, and then he flips out like that. Right at this point, if he handbrake turns back around to his left and goes to the other post, maybe they have a chance here. Probably not, because Rogue throws it pretty high. But that's something that you want to keep in mind. When you throw a pass across, try and go back to the other side of the net, and it'll confuse a lot of people. I want to go over to Rogue here on the shot, see what went wrong for him. He could have probably had this. He kind of rushed it. I mean, Jokovic does a good backflip, so he probably cuts off the angle, but he could have possibly made it into that near post. Instead he throws it high, but oh well. Another opportunity wasted, but that's okay. They're getting close. Here we go, the full cycle back. It's basically just line change at this point with the boost. Here we go. This should be a goal. He actually goes high, though, for this. I'm shocked he goes high for this. So Jokovic is going back, and he probably doesn't have that much boost. He might have, like, 24 by the time he makes it back. But this is, honestly, I think, kind of a bad aerial. He goes for the underneath play and throws it to a spot where basically no one has an angle on a shot right away. At least you see how, like, there's no one on that left side of the field. He could have shot this by going above the ball, but he went underneath instead. And sure, it could have been saved, but at least try and get a bar down. Or, like, if you can't get that, then at least throw it to the inside post so you get a better center opportunity. Like, if it throws this to the inside-ish area of the net, hits the back wall, that's a perfect center for a play for another shot. Instead, he throws it to the outside post. Problem is, if you miss an outside post shot, you have no angle, like, on a rebound, at least right away. We see Google coming up to possibly have a chance here, but doesn't have it. Good play there from Road Killer. And Apollo, great clear there. Like, going off the wall, just trying to rush this hit, because there was a little bit of confusion going on. Like, Jokovic trying to make a play, and he just rushes this. Like, this could have ended badly, like, if Jokovic made a better play. I'm going to keep calling him Jokovic, and I know people are probably going to get mad, but I'm going with it. I think that's what it is. He rushes this wall play. It is a little bit risky because he is that third man back. You see how everyone else is kind of in that corner, kind of fighting it out. Like, Google Tasty's trying to come back. Not even really. He tried for that weird challenge. So that could have ended terribly, but it paid off for him there. He wins the challenge. And nice going off the wall just to get up there extremely quickly. See some passing back and forth. That's really not going to do too much. It was too high. A lot of wasted boost here from Rogue. Like, first, well, some wasted jumps, I should say, from Rogue. And then kind of aerials to this for really no reason. I guess just trying to keep that pressure up. But just got to be careful about using too much boost for not, like, a scoring opportunity. Because now, look, like, two of them are going back with zero boost. And right there, you see how Road Killer, he used all his boost earlier. He got bumped out, actually, by Google Tasty. I want to see what happened here. Go forward here. Oh, yeah, that's unfortunate. Rogue's got to try and jump high on this, so when you're going to leave and you know that you have a third man, one of the best things to do is right here. See how he sees Google there? You want to jump high, so jump as high as you can and then do your flip. Sure, like, you're going to lose a little bit of speed, but it's better than kind of staying low to the ground where the other player has to avoid you when he's supposed to be the one trying to have no distractions and make the play on the ball. Instead, unfortunate, they bump into each other and it turns into a goal. All right, let's go to the next play. Trying back up with Apollo. All right, good face-off win. Nice play there. Just get around the guy. And now going for the dunk. I like this play. So as that front man, like, these plays I love to see where you're just like, I'm just going to dive at it, hope for the best. There's only one to beat. It's one guy left in the back, and that's when you want to dive at these and try for dunks, because if you do get it by him, it's a very easy goal for your teammates if they show up. But it is a face-off, so no one really shows up on that play. But I like the idea. I'm surprised Apollo goes up this early for this, because we see Rogue, he goes up the wall right there, and you see Apollo's already jumping. At this point, like, I would have waited just to see what Rogue has in store, because like this is a play for Rogue to center it out, and then you have like a wide open net. Like Gray Fox is kind of going back to net, but this is definitely a play like this angle is not great for a shot anyway, so that's why you kind of want to wait for your teammate to throw this ball out into the middle. Like these aerials, when you don't really have a shot near the opponent's back wall, usually just result in losing a lot of boost, and it doesn't gain a ton of pressure normally because the other team's also waiting for it. So, not the best play. It kind of makes him lose all his boost. Google gets beat on that first touch, and it turns into a goal. I want to see what happened with Google here. So Google, like as the third man, now he knows it's like, all right, it's just me left because the other two are in the air, and he's looking at that shot. And he just gets beaten here. And he turns up that extra second. I'm not sure why he does this. Like, this is what probably cost him the goal here. Right there. You see that little cut in? Instead of, like, immediately turning around. He might have been able to catch this. Yeah, he might have been able to. Like, if he would have just cut around. I'm surprised he did that. But it doesn't work out. Maybe there was lag on his screen. It's hard to tell, obviously, in a replay. So, now they're down 2. And that's kind of just trying to dive at too much when there is really no opportunity to score there. Like, let your teammate create that opportunity, so then you can get a really good shot. It's much better off. Alright, Google Tasty, moving the ball forward. No one's available again. It's like another kickoff thing where like one guy's up and like the rest are still collecting boost or whatever, so doesn't really do much, but it keeps the ball in the other end. This is kind of a bad challenge. Whenever you see someone going near a wall like this, you always want to go high because it's very easy for them to beat you high because they can just drive up the wall to get height very easily. So you want to usually go on the high side when you're going up the wall. Otherwise, you will lose the 50-50s like that very often when you're playing people going near the wall. A good clear. Good pass from Rogue. Oh, so close from Apollo. Like, this one's tough because it's hard to tell the angles, but as soon as you see Rogue here, you see him going far left of that ball. That's when you want to start hooking to the right so you can get that, like, harder angle shot ready. Because at this point, you know it's going to be a tough angle because Rogue is coming way more horizontally at the ball and not, well, I guess laterally or whatever. I don't know what you want to call it. We'll go horizontal rather than vertical down the field. And if you want vertical down the field, then this angle is perfect because he's going to smack it off the back wall way before the inside post. But it looks like Rogue is actually going for kind of like a shot almost. He misses the shot, but it turns it into a harder angle to score. And these are those plays like for Rogue, for instance. Sure, he goes to the inside post, but since he has such a tough angle, he's much better off just smacking this against the back wall. He wants to keep that goalie entertained, though, so that is a possibility where you want to go inside post because you want that goalie to kind of second-guess it and think about saving the ball instead of just going out for a clear. But Apollo just barely couldn't make it over, and that's just a positional error. It's also a passing error. It's kind of a mixture of both. But it happens. Like, the shot wasn't bad. It's just he didn't have the angle on it. A little bit of a weird area here. I'm surprised he goes up this early. Like, he goes up, but he's not using the double jump to get more height on his aerial. So it takes a lot more boost to get up there. He doesn't even have enough boost to reach that ball anyway. So, like, another instance of wasting boost for not really much gain. And on that one, really no gain at all. Ooh, this play's a little sketchy. Let's go back real quick. I want to watch some of this. So right here, we see one guy miss. It's a good save. It's good backup. But at this point, Rogue again trying to climb the wall. Probably because he has no boost. Oh, he has boost. But sometimes walls are just easier to climb anyway. So he's going because this is kind of glued to the wall. That should have been a harder hit. It was not. And then this turns into a goal. Looks like a little confusion by Apollo. So at this point, Apollo's got to challenge or something. Like, these are the plays I hate, is when you're indecisive and then you do absolutely nothing because of it. Like, if you're already going to attack, you need to attack that play and cut off as many angles as possible. It doesn't matter if it's a bad attack. It's better than doing this where you just decide, I'm not going to go for it, but then you're not also in net either, so it really is not helping whatsoever. And that's just indecisiveness. it doesn't matter like if it's a bad decision, like if you notice it's a bad decision, most of the time it's better off to just go for it anyway, because it's still better than doing nothing at all. And right there is what happened to Apollo. Good clear by Rogue. Let's see if he can get the second touch. He does. This is a play at 3-0. You might want to try to keep going for this. It looks like it's going to be a Rogue ball. He wants to, like, here could have been a great, like, give and go between Rogue, Apollo, and then his teammate, Google. But it doesn't happen. Nice a pass there from Google, though. Just to set up Apollo instead for a shot. Just doesn't go in. Like, this one's tough because it is a midfield shot, so you're not expecting this probably to go in. Also, he can't wait for the bounce there. There's, like, cars around him a bit. He tries to get some height on it. Not as much height as he probably wanted. Good pass there from Rogue. The back pass off the wall is beautiful. Beautiful. Let's go over to Rogue real quick. Watch this play. So Apollo trying to make some plays. Just trying to go for challenges here, which works out. But I love this play. Like, he probably didn't even mean to do this, but these are the best passes, is when you pass it slightly back, like, off the high part of the wall so it doesn't like go skyrocketing into the air. It sets up a beautiful shot for Google. And Google bar down ski, man. What a shot. What a play. That's what you want to see. Those slight back passes back to the center of your field really, really help those shooters. It makes it very, very easy to shoot those plays. Or shoot those shots. Alright. Uh-oh. Apollo came up just a little bit too much again. Like, he's the third man here. He's got to be careful. Because this is, when you see a 50-50 about to happen, you got to be very careful. The guy's like the only man back. What happens there? Can he get back in time? Nope. Yeah, that's just bad positioning. Like, as a third man, when there's about to be a 50-50, you just got to be very, very careful. And he just positioned a little bit too far up. And it cost him. Again, we get a double commit on the face-off, but they score this time, so I guess that works. Mostly because Hobby just kind of whiffed on that. Was not expecting a steal play, but they're still in the game now. They got the kickoff goal. Let's see what they can do going forward here. Another good kickoff. Can he get there? No. He tries. I mean, like, Hobby screwed up last time. Excuse me. Sorry. And I don't mind going for this because you have two men back now. He's the first man up again. Like, this is a dunk, it's a style play where you can try and hope for a contest, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, we'll continue. Alright, good clear here. Let's see if he can follow up with anything. Just try and apply some pressure here. He is that front man. That's what he wants to do. This play just, you know, just hits a little bit too hard, but that's fine. This is just going to keep ball possession for them. It makes everyone fly, which is very good. But no one came up for their team. What is Google doing? Like, I've seen Google be very tentative for most of this game. Like, we haven't really talked about him a lot because he's been very, very passive. And right here, he is extremely far back for a play when you're down 2 goals and your buddy's about to hit it. And then right here, like, 2 people just jumped. Now he has 0 boost. Like, what was he doing before that? Like, at this point, like, if you're not going to do anything and you're in that midfield, just go for a boost. And then come up to make a play. He could have possibly grabbed that corner boost, but I think Apollo's going to grab that instead. But just a little too passive a play. Leaving Apollo in no man's land, and then Google finally does come up, but Apollo kind of dribbles him out, which makes sense because it's very difficult to tell when he was coming. And that's just play, like, you got to be a little bit more aggressive. Try and grab your boost earlier so you have the boost ready for when the play actually happens. Always useful. Good pass here from Google, though. Ooh, almost makes the play happen. Now we got a 1v3. Rogue Killer, he beats 2, gets the pass. Beautiful play. Rogue Killer. And this is also a really bad play by Blue Team as well. Like, this first challenge by 2 of them is really, really bad. Nice little handbrake turn there to try and hit it off the wall as quickly as you can to bounce it off so the blue team can't challenge it. But 2 went for it, and then good vision for the pass. Gray Fox is nowhere to be found. They crept up just a little bit too much, and honestly, like, this is clock management on blue side. Like, You should not be challenging with all 3 when you're up by 2 with 30 seconds left. This is just a very, very, very bad play by blue team. Clock management, terrible, but good shot by Apollo to throw it back across the net. Here we go. Down a goal. Can they do it? Maybe this is why he sent me this replay. We'll see. We'll see. This is a good ball, like off the sidewall. Like these plays I actually kind of like. Gray Fox won. He's not really that close to it, but now he has a chance to deflect his own shot if he wants, or his own pass. But instead, he leaves it for Google, but Google does not get it. So then it turns into a little bit of panic time. Because he's only got 11 boost at this point. He can't really deflect a shot that's going very slow or a pass that's going very slow. So now he's got to try and make a move instead of right off that wall where there's a lot of speed on it. As long as you deflect that speed, then you can still make a really good play with 0 boost. But you can't when the ball's going slow. It's very difficult. Rogue trying to make a play there. Doesn't have it, but Google keeping it alive. Apollo going for that aerial. I'm a little surprised he goes for this aerial because... like, maybe he can get the pass. Like, he really wants that angle on the shot, but it's not the greatest angle. And I thought, honestly, blue team was going to have this a little earlier. I would have probably went to the right and then tried to see what type of rebound that blue was going to give you, because it looks like they're probably just going to smack it back into the same corner. Then you could have centered it for a teammate. Instead, he goes for the aerial, doesn't get anything, and then the ball gets cleared all the way down, and that's the end of the game. The comeback does not happen. But that'll do it, guys, for this replay. Thank you, Apollo, for sending it in. And there's still 1 second on here, but there's obviously not 1 second in the game. I doubt they would forfeit at that point. Anyway, more replay bugs to be addressed. But that'll do it for me, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Later.